So I'm here with Naomi and Brian from the Polarity Center of Syracuse, and we're talking about the upcoming workshop on October 24th. It's going to start at 11 a.m. Central and go for 2 hours, and it's called Lymphatics, Flowing Within the Liquid Matrix. What a title. This is
Yeah.
amazing. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. We're excited. And it just feels so connected with the fascial maneuvers that we're all doing. And um, back in the day when I was first working with Human Garage, and I was watching what they were showing and all of the fascial slides. And to me, that liquid matrix and the fascia and the energetic matrix, they're all so interwoven that you can't heal one or make one move without the other.
Mm.
So, in order, we talk about hydration and we're doing the drops and we're doing the salt and we're doing all those things to keep ourselves and our tissues hydrated. Yet at the same time, have we helped, have we assisted our body in finding those pockets of stagnation, helping to move it out, knowing how to recognize when there is areas of stagnation. So, I mean, my plan is I have a slideshow just so that I can hopefully keep my mouth on track because as you know, I can like off on a tangent
A
or
lot of
two.
information in there.
Yeah, so that's gonna be your job, girl. You're gonna have to like, hey, get back to what
I
you were
pull her
talking
back in too.
Yeah, Brian can help too.
Yeah.
about. So the plan is I wanna give a quick sort of energy medicine wake up to teach everybody that and how to, it's just a simple little 3-minute practice that you can do every day to sort of uh get your energetic system and pathways moving in the directions that they're supposed to. We do that so that we have a clear discernment if we're choosing the muscle test or not. We like to do it in the morning before we get out of bed, before we hit our light therapy or our vibration plates or one of those other things. It's just a simple way to set the stage, and it's a simple tool that you can use over and over again throughout the day, whether in physical action or within your mind, when you start to recognize that your nervous system is going offline. So, back to the lymphatics piece, I want everybody to be able to know and feel the water in their own bodies.
So the prerequisite, you have to come to class
Hydrated.
hydrated.
Okay.
Yeah, that's important. Yeah, I'm hydrated. I know we hear that all. I'm hydrated.
And
I drink water. My lymphatics is fine.
Hmm.
And I'm like, you've got skin tags.
Okay. What is that an indication of?
That's index. That's an indicator of stagnation. You got stagnation, then you're lymphatically not moving.
Okay.
Probably your liver's not great, and probably your spleen's not great either. But that's another class. Right now, we're just going to stick our toes in the water
Mhm.
and figure out how to move that around. It's easy, and I'm going to give you lots of different ways. There's steps that we can go through, but there's also easy, lazy, that's too much work, ways to move your lymph. And we'll look at herbs that you can use to support. We're going to look at what else, what else, what else? Oh, the tools, all my favorite things. I'm probably not all of them, but as many as I can get in front of the screen. And the hows and the whys, and probably you guys have probably got some of them already. And but you might not be using them right.
Yes, great point.
And um, that's why people will be like, oh, I've got the gua sha and I'm doing it and I am not seeing any difference. Well, you're probably not using it right. So we'll kind of go all over those tools. Maybe 15 years ago, lymphatic work was fairly new
Mhm.
on the stage. And there was only two schools. There was the Vater method and there was the Upledger method. And they hated each other and they were different. I know how to do them both. So, and I can kind of hopefully guide everybody to find the method that feels most comfortable for you. So I hope this can be integrative and in give and take.
Right, because once you experience it, then you'll have more questions
Yeah.
because it'll be a hands-on
Yeah.
um, workshop. And also, again, with the hydration, that has to start the day before. You don't
Yeah.
just go, oh, I forgot we got a lymphatic
Blah,
class,
blah,
and
blah,
I'm
blah,
just
blah,
going to
blah.
have a drink of water and expect that your body's going to just hydrate all of a
It's
sudden.
better than nothing, but yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
because, and I'm just going to clarify this. If you do this work that I'm going to be teaching, you start practicing the sequence and you're not hydrated, it'll make you feel sick.
You'll
You'll be
start
like,
detoxing and
yeah,
it
be like
won't get rid
it
of
can
it.
make you queasy and like you're coming down with the flu. So
Yeah.
you really need to be hydrated. But if you're not and you still want to watch and come back and do the sequence at your leisure, that's fine. Sometimes it's better that way, you know. And the slideshow, that'll be recorded, so don't worry about taking notes unless that's the way you learn. And because we teach from an oral tradition.
Mhm.
So, as much as possible, if you can just take it in through your ears and your experience, you have the written material you can go back and look at a later time.
Great.
Um, and this is a foundational piece. Um, it'll be determined. I've got two or three sequences that I plan to go through.
Hmm.
Time and questions and stuff like that will sort of dictate that.
Okay.
We will get it all at some point. It might just not be all on this particular day. Um, because I want to help you guys build on um all of the systems.
Hmm.
Not just, I mean, right now we're starting with the physical lymphatic system,
Hmm.
you know, and we'll need to kind of go through the different ones and how they all tie in and how they're rippling out, how the aura or the biofield is rippling in. It's like there's an interaction and none of them are no one is better than the other. They're all important. The cranial sacral fluid, that's part of the lymphatic system.
Ah.
I
Okay.
can't get into those until you know how to activate the structural lymphatic vesicles within the body. After that, once you know, you can do it rapidly.
Yeah.
And once you've cleared your system and you're sort of consistently moving the water along through this hole, and if you think of the matrix, it's like this web. The
Hmm.
fascia is the web with the drippy little water droplets on it. Then you've got this beautiful, beautiful lymphatic and cranial fluid is white and very luminescent. So it's just like we are so much a disco ball on the inside, and nobody knows it. And we just need to shine it up a little bit.
Yeah. So going back to some of the other conversations we've had previously about this, like Brian, you were talking about how you could relate it to a stagnant pool of water versus a waterfall. So we're
Yes.
really starting to move all of this fluid in our body that might be stagnant otherwise. Yeah.
Yes, that's what's going to cause pain, inflammation when you have stagnation. And um, the example we used yesterday, um, at a we have a beaver dam by our house, and um, before the water goes over the dam, it's just cloudy and dark and stagnant. As soon as it goes over the waterfalls, it changes color and it becomes clear again.
Yeah.
And that's about the same as in our body. We have stagnation, and then we have inflammation and problems and sluggishness and place for disease to um, start. And it may not be, um, you might have stagnation in your arm and it's causing, your shoulder, elbow pain, or you have stagnation in your knee. It might not be um, in just one spot, but your whole body, 70% of it's water. So we need to get that moving. That's why it's so important.
If you look at a stagnation, say in the knee,
Hmm.
well, is a starting point. And we do like to look things elementally, meaning like the elements in nature. So you think of the stagnation as a dammed up stream, it's sticks and twigs and all sorts of crap that's just piled up on itself. So that's going to radiate out. It's radiating out into the waters because this is a circulating crystalline liquid matrix. And this is the the beginning of that inflammatory reaction. So the knee is stagnant. It gets inflamed. It gets hot. It gets sore, but it ripples out. When you have inflammation, if you have pain in your body, if you have an inflamed joint, even one, you are systemically inflamed.
Okay.
Your brain is inflamed. So one of the quickest, easiest, non-invasive ways to help the body clear itself is to move that liquid lymphatic fluid and work it through the vesicles so that the whole crystalline web, the whole matrix can clear itself. With consistency, you start lowering it. And it doesn't take long because the body wants to be in homeostasis. It wants to be well. It wants to be the best it can be. We just get in the way all the time.
How empowering to think that we can start to do this daily practice and make a difference in our own inflammation, health, well-being. And this seems to be a starting point for a lot of other practices for health and well-being. We talked about how it threads into this huge conversation going on in the world around perimenopause right now.
It's huge.
Yeah.
If your lymphatic system isn't moving properly and you're going through hormonal surges and you're not able to clear that out, I don't care how many binders you're putting in your diet, you need to move the blockages out. And yeah, I mean, it's playing into cholesterol and heart disease and stagnation in the liver. And it's like just to have free flowing clear fluid in your body. Think about all the women that are walking around with hormonal headaches. Like, let's move it out.
Mhm.
And sadly, we're still like, if this is ancient knowledge, yet at the same time we're at the infancy of it. And it's like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, and I think it's going to piggyback really beautifully with everything that the group is already doing. And the thing, I don't want people to get overwhelmed in the sense that this school will have a practice and this school will have a practice and this method will have a practice and everybody's got a practice. But we can tell you, we know how to help you once you know which of the practices, because sometimes you don't need them all.
Mhm.
He needs his certain practices and I got mine, and they're not gonna join. They, like keep them. But we know how to help. And this is one of our superpowers. We help people figure out what of the practices they need for themselves. They don't need to have them all.
Yes.
And then you have the knowledge in your toolkit so that if something goes sideways and like, oh, I am a general, I'm pretty good. I move my body a lot. I don't have too much stagnation in my body. I'm 20 years old. I'm good to go. But they get sick and they get swollen glands or their armpits get all swollen during their periods. It's like, why not have a lymphatic draining arsenal to sort of pull out and go, I need to move this out so that I can assist my body in being the best it wants to be.
Of course.
You
Yeah,
know,
absolutely. Yeah.
you know, we're trying to teach the young people these things, but
Well, and
they're
that leads me to this question. Who is this class for? Is it for people who know nothing about lymphatics all the way to people who do have their own practice?
I think it's for everybody.
Yeah.
Um, I would say for the newbies, yeah, we're gonna start you out at the beginning, so that you can find and feel once you can start feeling the fluids moving in your own body. I mean, I've taught my clients and they're like, I don't get through the whole thing because I fall asleep. And I'm like, but you got the top points.
Mhm.
As long as you got those, don't worry about it. You needed to sleep. Um, and if anybody else has lymphatic knowledge, I just say, please, like, let me do my thing. We can have sidebars of because there's a lot of differing opinions and there's a lot of different methodologies in different countries.
Mhm.
Um, we've got quite a few of them under our belt, and at the end of the day, we've started to recognizing the commonalities and the Vader technique is very specific J kind of strokes.
Okay.
The up ledger is more intuitive, and I'm going to show you both. But I think for women, especially because we have a greater sensitivity. Not that men can't, but it comes natural for us to kind of tap into that ebb and flow, that expansion and contraction that is how we function in connection with the lunar pull. So every day of the month is different. Every day a woman's going to be a different phase of herself. And having lymphatic flexibility just allows that hormonal lunar pull to be to be as graceful and as full as it wants to be without going,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, that sounds great. And a
Yeah.
couple of times, Naomi, you've mentioned the group, and so I just choose to clarify this is an event that's being put on online. So it's an online live Zoom class with BeFLOW Collective, who I'm one of the co-creators of, and Naomi and Brian are members of that group. And so this is a conversation that we're having in that community regularly. All of that said, anybody is welcome to join. You don't have to already be in our group, in our membership, in our community. We're really excited to share and for lots of different people to join. So if you know someone who would be interested in this conversation, feel welcome to share the link as well. I'll include it under the recording here. Yeah. And we're so excited to have this. And as we've talked about, I mean, this could be a 12-week series, right? There's so much knowledge that you both have that you're bringing to the platform to share. And we'll have some time for Q&A. So there will be movement. There will be, some education and some discussion. And it's going to be a really beautiful offering. And we're really excited to have you there.
We can't
Yeah.
wait.
Awesome.
Ready or not. Like you said, this is going to be kind of the stepping stone of our foundation. I want everybody, whether you're new or have been around with us for a while, it's like to be able to be a discretionary detective and to use the lymphatics and how well the water is moving through your matrix as an informational tool on where your health stands. Yeah.
Sharing knowledge. We're learning from both of you and the beautiful, vast amount of knowledge that you have. And if people go to the BeFlow website, I'll put that link as well. They can link into your site as well because you are teachers as
Yep.
well as practitioners in
Hmm.
Syracuse and lots of beautiful offerings both in Polarity and Ayurveda.
Yep. Polarity, Ayurveda, yoga. Yeah, we got a few hats.
Yeah, the list was extensive of all of the things that you offer. Yeah. So there's lots more information people can see on your website as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Wonderful. Okay, so it's Friday, October 24th, 11 a.m. Central to 1 p.m. There will be a recording. So if people are interested and are unable to join live, they can sign up, get their ticket, and there will be a recording as well.
Can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. We're so excited to see you then.